Good. Just okay. Just one. It's the first time I ever got 3 people in my live, so that's a record.
Patient is in the house or something. How are you?
Doing good.
So, first of all, I finally made it to 10,000 views on YouTube. When I woke up, I was at 9.2K, and then now I made it.
Oh, that's great. It's great.
Yes. I mean, I have more videos. They're like, high, like, more views. How many Michael Myers shirts do you have?
Just 2. Just this and one that said John Carpenter.
Okay. Somebody said hey to you.
Oh. Hey, Matt, WWE 2418. It's good. All horror things. All things horror. Doing good, all things horror. How are you?
I get nervous talking. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Do you watch what's it called? Any zombie movie?
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Night of the Living Dead. Day of the Dead. George A. Romero. Went to hockey. I am not into hockey.
Any Jason movies? Like.
Oh yeah, I have all the Friday the 13th. Have good news if you haven't seen.
I have the 8 movie one.
Oh, the 8 movie Blu-ray.
Yeah. No, it's actually for DVD.
It's the DVD.
Yeah. You know Ben Tramer, who was in Halloween 2? He actually was talking to Laurie Strode on Halloween, the first one.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Because Annie was on the phone with him, and then he wanted to be Michael Myers.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, I like Michael Myers. He's not that scary. He's just, like, Freddy Krueger is kind of, like, creepy.
How was meeting Lindsay Shaw in Cameo? Lindsay Shaw is actually a sweetheart. You know, it is a shame about what she was going through right now, but she's a sweetheart, and I hope she's doing well.
I want to go to Comic-Con and bring my Halloween 1 and 2 so I can get a signature from Nick Castle and Dick Warlock.
Yeah.
But I want to go see the other person who played Halloween 3.
Tom Atkins?
Yeah. But, what's the movie that gets you scared? Like, what kind of movie gets you really scared?
Pretty much no movie scares me at all. I mean, I've always loved horror movies since I was 2, so.
How about Chucky?
Nah, he never scared me. Can I come in? Hey, can I invite this other person?
Yeah.
You'll still be on.
Yeah.
Oh, Bush. Yeah. You come on. All things are. Good. Hi. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. The heat out here is wonderful. I just moved to Georgia. I heard you guys' conversations. The news I wanted to say was that guy who played Jason, and I think it was 1, and I think he made a comeback in part 3, but Ari Lehman.
Oh yeah.
He actually just replied to my message on Facebook.
Oh really? That is neat.
He asked me if my cosplay was a Friday the 13th Part 3 cosplay.
Oh. Well, that's great.
Well, I'm actually, I guess if you guys are interested in hearing, I'm actually friends with a couple of horror people. I actually just became friends on Facebook with Kelly Maroney, who was from Night of the Comet, I think it was called. Is that how you say it? Kyle Davis.
Which one was that?
Michael Myers?
I am not friends with any Michael Myers fans yet, but I don't care. I mean, to each their own. The only person I will not probably want to meet after hearing stories is not James Jude Courtney, Tony Moran. After the things I heard and stuff, I have no respect for him. But
Michael, he was
the closet sequence Michael when she pulled the mask off. I believe it was the closet scene.
Oh, yeah.
And Halloween 78.
Yeah. Yeah.
I usually go live in costume as my characters, cosplay characters, but all my stuff to cosplay is in storage.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
But I manage. I actually have to probably get a new glove because the pointer finger piece actually came off. And it was weird because it felt like a dream because I'd almost swear it never came off because I plopped it back into place. And when I woke up, it was just like it didn't come off at all. But now the glove's just going to be a display piece until I can get another Supreme glove. That's only until I can get like a NECA glove or enough money to get a custom-made glove.
Oh.
But I have horror celebrity fans, but not a lot. I don't have too many horror celebs on my Facebook. I was friends with Ed Gill at one point until he kind of just sexualized me, and those are all on my page, everything about him. I don't support Ed Gill anymore. I lost respect for the guy. But overall, it amazes me being noticed by celebrities that actually are willing to talk to the fans.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what I can't make out what her name is, what the Michael person's name is, because I mean, if she wants to ask, if he or she, I can't tell because the camera's off. But if they want to ask me a question, they're more than welcome to too. I mean, I'm just a guest.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, about Tony, the guy who played Michael Myers in the closet, what happened?
Well, I guess he was bashing on from what I gathered, just speculations and sources in videos. I guess Tyler Mane was a big fan of his, and he wanted Tony Moran to autograph some posters he had that were in in the back of his car. And I guess, long story short, I guess he called Tyler Mane a faggot for being a fan. It's all over. Like, there's no denying it. He claims he never said it, and that the video footage was all fan edited or just edited in general. But you can't hide that. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are asshole celebrities out there, but I'll tell you what. My brother actually met Robert Englund, and he was stoked when my brother did his impression of Freddy. I think if I had to cosplay a horror character, just like my brother, it would probably be Freddy, only because I'm close to Robert Englund's height. I am actually 5'9", and Robert Englund, I believe, if you look up his height, I believe he's 5'10". I think my second cosplay, if I had to do it well, would be Michael Myers, though. Only because I am the exact height as Nick Castle and close to Dick Warlock.
I know Robert Englund's supposed to be at a convention right 2 hours from where I'm at.
Where are you at? I know he's supposed to be at Steel City.
I'm from Delaware, but he's going to be in Maryland.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of conventions he's attending. As far as I'm aware, he was supposed to be at Steel City last year, but they had to cancel because of the COVID stuff.
Yeah.
But he's going to be at a lot of conventions. I believe he's going to be at Horror Hound. Or maybe it's not Horror Hound. Spooky Empire, I think, is the one he's going to be at in Orlando, Florida. I would love to go to a convention, but first I need to get the money. I need to make money to go to a convention if I want to meet people.
They're pretty pricey.
It all depends on the convention itself is pretty pricey, but the celebrity prices varies depending on the convention. Like, to meet Robert Englund at Steel City, we're talking like $100 just to meet him, and to get a trio. Do you want to know the price to meet like Freddy versus Jason versus Michael photo op?
Probably expensive.
I believe what I looked up is about $200 to $300, and to get the photo op with, I believe, Kane Hodder and the girl that he went after in Freddy vs. Jason, the one he pinned to the wall. That photo op was $250, and the photo op with him, Kane Hodder, was also $250. You're just getting all the attention tonight I see. Yeah. Three people, one live feed.
Now, this is not the first. I don't really get that much people watching my lives. Only like one or two.
Oh, wow.
So
I see. I feel like this is. I feel like the oddball because I changed my photo to Jason, and you're wearing a Michael shirt. Your friend over there with the Michael profile picture's got like a Michael theme, and then the one at the bottom who just joined has a Michael shirt on. I'm getting ganged up on them all because I got a Jason photo now. This is what happens. The Michael Myers fans are attacking the Jason fandom.
Oh.
I'm the oddball.
How you all doing?
I'm
good. I can't complain.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
Are you asking me or are you asking him?
I'm asking you.
Oh, well, I'm not really doing much. I'm just getting out there and knowing people.
Oh,
I have a question.
I mean, I have a decent fandom out there, but my fandom's nothing to brag about on my horror account.
Official Mike, you had a question?
I was just watching Halloween 4.
What's the question?
Oh,
What do you
okay.
think about Halloween Kill?
Halloween Kills. I am psyched about that.
Oh, that's
I'll be honest. The Halloween, the Return of Michael Myers mask did not bother me, but when they did that Nicolas Cage looking mask in Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, that really bothered me. That to me was probably one of the worst masks.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't care for any of the films after 1 and 2 until they made 18. I feel like H18 did the mask justice, and they actually went the roots of the original mask because it was supposed to continue where the first one left off. Which I really don't understand how that all works, because originally the timeline all went in order, but now it just... I guess there's several timeline orders that aren't canon to 78. Like, we don't even talk about Halloween 3. I'm sorry, we don't talk about Halloween 3. I mean, if we want to consider that its own thing and not even Halloween, then it's an okay film. But for me, it just didn't, and I don't think they should have called it Halloween.
Yeah. Maybe Halloween Returns, possibly.
Well, that would be the Return of Michael Myers,
Oh yeah.
because it's called Halloween, the Return of Michael. No wait, Revenge. Okay, no, Halloween Returns, and then there's Revenge of Michael Myers, Curse of Michael Myers. Yeah, Halloween Return. Halloween Returns thing. Curse of Michael Myers, which that one was actually Donald Pleasant's last role as Michael.
Yeah.
I guess in the process, that moment when the screen goes blank or whatever, and you hear him screaming like, ah! I believe that was cut because in that time, they thought he was doing a dialogue, but it turns out that he was actually having a heart attack.
Mm.
What does Michael? I'm gonna call. I think it's a she, but I'm gonna call her Michael because her photo shows Michael, and I can't get up.
I'm a dude.
Maybe if I click the viewing thing. Okay,
I'm a guy.
official Michael Myers.
Do I sound like a girl? No.
I don't know. I just that's on me. I did not know. That's on me. My bad. My ear over here, my left ear is it has an ear infection, so it's harder to hear out of it right now, but it's slowly going away.
So you're a fan of Jason, right?
Jason, Freddy, Michael, mostly the main horror fans of the horror characters.
You know that guy who played Part 5, Jason Lives? He actually takes...
Oh, yes. Yeah, CJ Graham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know, like, I don't know him personally, but I know him as Jason.
Yeah.
I also, little fun fact, if you watch The Takes Manhattan, I found this out through one of my haunters who met some of the Jason actors. Ken Kersinger was actually in Takes Manhattan. He was the one Kane Hodder threw across the diner.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell it's him you could tell if you actually look and pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually tell it's him.
Ooh.
So not only did he play alongside Kane Hodder for just a sequence, he was also Jason.
Yeah, and Freddy versus Jason, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I think he also did Joyride 3, I think.
I didn't watch Joyride, but I do know that was the one with Paul. Are we talking about the Joyride with Paul Walker?
Yeah.
I was actually sad when Paul Walker died, but I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I think he did a couple of horror films.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that horror movie with Josh Peck? And they were in like a telephone booth thing, and it had this Eskimo guy.
Oh, you're talking about ATM.
Yes.
You know, I was thinking about watching that tonight.
Two minds think alike. Sorta, on different spectrums. But, no, yeah, I believe it was called ATM. I thought they were in I think it was a telephone booth, and then because he went to go call someone. But the guy was, it kind of, that movie actually oh wait, is that, yep, that's him. That's Ken Kurzinger.
Yep.
Who played
That's the diner scene in Takes Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the Eskimo dude kind of gave me the I know what you did last summer vibe.
Yeah.
Only the only thing different was the guy didn't have a hook for a hand.
Yeah.
No, I got it. Hook for a hand versus hook for a hand. Candyman versus Fisherman guy. I call him Fisherman guy because there really was no term. The reason I matched those two up is because they both use hooks as a weapon. Or I could do zombie ghost fog character, the ghost pirate guys, because one of them also used a hook for a weapon. If you remember in the original film with Jamie Lee Curtis, the captain, I believe it was the captain, the one with that showed up, he had a hook for a hand too, like this.
Are you talking about the fog?
Yes.
Yeah.
The head honcho of the ghost creatures. Because he used, in the end, the preacher guy, he killed the preacher guy with the hook.
Yeah.
And the reason they did it, from what I understand, I'm not good with doing like reviews or anything to explain and break down things, but from what I understand is the reason they came to that turf was not because the boy found the wood from the ship that sank, that caught fire, but because the preacher guy's ancestors were the reason for it. They're the ones that set the ship on fire. So that I do know. I mean, I had mixed opinions on the remake.
Yeah.
The one with what's his name, Smallville.
Mm-hmm. I hadn't watched that one in years, but I just remember the second I watched it, I got rid of it. I just sold it.
It wasn't. I mean, it was okay, but it just didn't come. It doesn't come close to John Carpenter.
Yeah.
What is your thought on They Live?
To be honest,
They Live.
I never watched They Lived. I never watched that one.
Neither have I, but I'd love to.
Yeah.
I actually do know who the Michael Myers person is. Official Michael Myers is actually one of my followers. I don't know how I didn't notice that. But Official Michael Myers has been in a couple of my feeds.
Yeah.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, is this the same Official Michael Myers that did the Dr. Loomis skit with me? Michael! Put that knife down, Michael.
Not really.
You're gonna get me flush one day, Robin, I swear to God.
Well, I guess the reason I asked is because there's so many Michael accounts that follow me. I lose track of who everyone is. I actually made this account like sometime this past year, and I didn't expect the amount of follows that I actually got. Like one day I got on and my account blew up to 100 followers, and I'm like, wow. And I just randomly said, hey, I should make a horror account and see where it goes from there. And
That's because you're a fruitcake.
And so I did, and this is where I am today.
Yeah, you do.
I try. I try to keep a good impression on myself. Okay, so this question is actually for you and official Michael Myers. What are your thoughts on, if you had to choose, which one you liked more? And why? Would you pick Jason Goes to Hell or Jason X? For me, Jason X takes the cake on Jason Goes to Hell.
Jason Goes to Hell, to be honest.
I mean, the reason I say Jason X is because I didn't like the whole body swap, and I didn't like how long it took for Jason to come back into the whole movie thing. But if it weren't for that whole Jason Goes to Hell, there would be no Freddy vs. Jason several years later in 2003.
I mean, the only reason I like Jason X and Freddy vs. Jason is because there were people from Goosebumps that was in that.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there was like 5 people from the show that were in that.
I didn't know there were people from Goosebumps, and I love Goosebumps. My favorite Goosebumps was Night of the Living Dummy, and I'll explain why. Night of the Living Dummy, only because that was the only Goosebumps movie that gave me nightmares.
The guy that lost his arm, the one, you know which one I'm talking about, the guy that lost his arm, then they replaced it. He was in an episode.
I think so. We're still talking about Jason Goes to Hell, right?
Jason X.
Oh, okay. It's been a while since I've seen that. I actually tried to watch it again on Netflix, but I believe so.
I can't remember what the other girl's name was in the movie, but she was she was like a redhead. Something.
Wait, she dies how again?
She gets in another spaceship, I guess, to try to escape, and then the spaceship blows up.
Oh, okay. Well, the ones I knew were the cyborg lady.
Yeah.
I know the cyborg lady. I know the lady that kind of got frozen in time, like, that managed to still be alive because that wound kind of froze because she was hidden, like, frozen in that ice capsule.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that movie. My brother hated Uber Jason, but I love the whole Uber Jason, but I guess it gets a lot of hate because it doesn't take place on Camp Crystal Lake, that's what Jason's known for. Just like Takes Manhattan got a lot of hate too because he left Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
But the whole thing for that was Paramount was trying to kill the franchise, and then New Line wasn't doing it any justice either. They wanted Jason dead. He should have, I mean, that franchise, don't get me wrong, it was good and all, but it should have ended after the whole not Jason Lives, but New Blood or whatever, or just the final chapter.
Yeah.
I honestly think it kind of got cheesy after a while, but I'll tell you what. I feel like Jason should have at least got a couple more kills. I mean, for Freddy, not my bad, Freddy.
Tales from the Crypt collection.
Oh, yes. Official Michael Myers. I never got your opinion on the, what's your favorite, which one you would choose if you had to. Would you choose,
Because, what's it called?
which one would you choose?
Goes to hell. When he went to the restaurant and then he threw that person in the
Oh, I know the sequence you're talking about.
like he picked him up and then threw him in the pan.
Are you talking about Leslie Jordan, the short guy?
Mm-hmm.
He literally throws him across the diner and then puts him in the boiler,
Yeah.
the fryer.
Yeah.
I know which sequence you're talking about. Okay.
One guy who ate the brain.
Oh, don't get me started. That literally was so bad it actually put me into a seizure when I watched it for the first time in a while. I'm not gonna lie. I started to watch that, and I had a history of epilepsy, okay? It made my brain, like, feverish, you know? My head got feverish, and when Kmart was still around, me and my dad went to Kmart, and we were down this one aisle, and he asked if I was okay, and it made me have a seizure. It was just that cringy, like, ugh. It wasn't a brain, though. It was Jason's heart that he ate.
Mm.
By the way, did you ever watch, and this one actually kind of reminded me of Jason Goes to Hell, and it's funny because Robert Englund played in it, Jack something Monster Slayer. He also gets a hold of a part.
Are you talking about Jack the Giant Slayer?
No.
Okay. That's all I need to know. Sorry.
The Monster Slayer movie. It's called Jack something Monster Slayer. And what happens is Robert Englund's character digs up this chest, and the chest has a monster heart in it that this guy from long ago ate that turned him into a monster. And when he eats the heart, he becomes this weird monster Slither-looking character, which, by the way, Slither was it was a cheesy, good horror flick.
Yeah.
That one also made me never want to take a bath or use the restroom. Like, I was literally afraid to go anywhere near, like, heater vents, toilets, sinks, showers, you name it. You name it, I was, no. But there were a lot of movies that made me want to be afraid as a kid. Just be afraid of taking baths and stuff, and no, not Freddy Krueger. I mean, if Freddy Krueger wanted to you could take his hand and just do that scene that he did with Nancy, that wouldn't bother me.
She can't untrack her.
And they're like, hi, nice to meet you. How are you?
I have a question.
Go for it. What's your question?
Who can do the ghost face impression?
Oh, I'll let you go first.
Get out here.
I'll let Peyton. Okay, his name's Peyton. Well, let's all three do it. We'll see who's got talent. America's Got Talent.
Hello, Sydney.
Oh my gosh, that's okay. That's like
Hey, how are you?
that's probably like a 8 out of 10.
I can't.
Okay,
really-
Michael. Okay, official Michael. Let's hear your take.
Huh?
Let's hear your version of Ghostface.
Hello. That.
This is my version, and I don't use my hand as a cover up like voiceover. But
What's your favorite scary movie? Okay, you both definitely got it.
10 out of 10.
well, yes, the cats come to use me as a mattress of some kind. The cat steals the show. Oh, official Michael's got to go. Well, then there was 2. But no, okay, we talked about. I won't even do Freddy because we all know what the worst Freddy flick was, and that was if it wasn't titled Freddy, like A Nightmare on Elm Street, it would be good. But the Jackie Earle Haley by far was worse.
Yeah.
I don't even have any words to describe. But, okay, since we're talking about space, let's do these breakdowns. If you had to choose space flicks, would you rather watch Jason X, Leprechaun 4, Hellraiser in space? I remember what that one was, but there was one where he went to space. Tremors 4. I mean, not Tremors 4. Critters 4. There's so many space horror flicks, I don't even know where to begin, but we'll just break those 4 down. Would you rather watch Critters 4, Leprechaun 4, Jason X, or Hellraiser in space flick?
Jason X.
All the way? Final offer?
All the way. Final offer.
Okay. I mean, I can kind of see, the problem with Leprechaun 4, though, was it was just cringy. Like, they had all these other ones before it that were so good, you know? Not even low budget. And then they made Leprechaun in Space, which was the 4th installment. And then you could see how much low budgeting it took. I don't know why they went downhill like that, but overall it was an okay film.
The Leprechaun movies I cared about was the first 3 and the most recent one, Leprechaun Returns.
Oh, well, I don't even consider Origins as part of the franchise.
How that?
That one is like its own, like if you don't even put it in the collection, it's its own Leprechaun type of film.
Yeah.
But if we're being honest here, it gets a lot of hate, but I loved Leprechaun Returns. I thought the kill counts were graphic. Like, I got a lot of killing to make up for.
And then they replaced. I know they replaced that guy, Warwick Davis.
They had to replace. They actually explained, like Warwick explained why he didn't make a comeback. Hey, he had an issue in his family, like a health thing, as to his reason for not reprising the role. But I honestly think the guy that played the role did it justice and really tried to fill Warwick's shoes.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I mean, usually I don't like replacements, but I was actually surprised with that guy's performance.
Right. Well, I mean, that's no different than when Kane Hodder filled the roles of CJ, like, not even CJ, but Richard Broker and stuff. I mean, those are a lot of shoes to fill. But, I mean, I'll admit, the one Hellraiser, the one they did the store brand, like the company brand versus Great Value Pinhead, and then they made Judgment, and the guy that played the role in Judgment, All right. The guy who did the role in Judgment, Hellraiser Judgment.
Here.
You just gotta get
Don't
the
eat
crackers.
all of it.
No. The guy who played
Yeah, you can eat it.
Pinhead in...
The crackers are out there. Only eat the half of it.
No,
Mom.
hold on.
That's one hot sauce.
The guy who played Pinhead in Hellraiser Judgment actually did the role justice.
Out there, only the half a pack of crackers with that.
Okay. But
Who are you going with? Grandma. Me or grandma?
But I mean, I will say when it comes to
Me or grandma?
when it comes to horror films and replacements, a lot of people, are like, oh no, it's gonna suck because it's not the original actor.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember though, these people either have the experience because they lived in a generation where they've watched these films. So as they got into the acting business, they're probably like, okay, I got a lot of shoes to fill. I got to fill this role and try to look the part. And I'll tell you what, I actually thought that guy was Doug Bradley. The makeup was spot on. And just, I won't even talk about the other Hellraiser one. That guy just looked cringy. Is Pinhead.
Yeah.
But, I mean, my all-time favorites in horror are Freddy, Jason, and Michael.
Yeah.
Now, what did you think of Gremlins and Gremlins 2, the new batch?
I always loved the Gremlin movies. I know there was talks about them doing a third one, which I would love to see. But
the third one, if I'm not mistaken, the third one is still in development. It hasn't been canceled. I think they had to put a postpone on it because of COVID. But as far as I'm aware, it's still in the works, and I have not heard anything about that origin story cartoon series called Secret of the Mongwai.
I didn't know anything about that.
It's supposed to take place years before the guy got a hold of Gizmo. It's a cartoon series type of origin story.
Oh.
And did you know, you probably didn't, but did you know that Howie Mandel was the voice of Gizmo?
I did. Yeah.
Also, not horror, but, I mean, for kids it could be, but Little Monsters. With, Fred Savage.
Little Monsters, yes.
I feel like to an extent, there are certain scenes in that movie that would scare a child, like the big head honcho guy and the one guy that kidnaps the little brother.
Yeah.
I feel like the end sequence stuff would probably be enough to traumatize a child.
Definitely, yeah.
See, they're ganging up on me. Hack and slash, Michael Myers. This is what happens. Why? Did I choose the wrong side or something? Wait, now, a little bit about me. When I do my, feeds on horror-based stuff, I like to be a little comical and entertain, I like to give people a laugh while I talk about horror, so, But,
yeah.
The thing is, you gotta give someone a good laugh sometimes, even with horror. Like, Robert Englund did it. Yeah. A lot of people thought that...
Oh, are you there? Hello?
Okay, that was on my end.
All things
but, no. I honestly thought the cheesy, cringy thing is what made Freddy Freddy.
Yeah.
I honestly think when Jackie Earle Haley played the role, it wasn't the same.
Yeah.
I'm the killer Michael Myers.
Hello? Can you hear me okay? Alright, there you are. Yeah.
It's probably on my end because the Wi-Fi here sucks.
Yeah.
But, okay. Question. What are your thoughts on the Puppet Master films?
Honestly, I don't know how many there are, but the only ones I really care about is the first one. That's the only one to get.
Oh, yes. I mean, they weren't bad, but I'll tell you what. I honestly didn't like what they did in the one Puppet Master, but then they made another Puppet Master, which was a reboot type of Puppet Master, and they sort of made his looks look like okay, we'll have better connection in here. But, yes, I mean, when they did the whole Puppet Master thing, you know, I didn't think it was, you know, too bad, but there were some cheesy Puppet Master moments. Like, there was Retro Puppet Master. There was Puppet Master Access Rising. There was...
Yeah.
There was a whole bunch of Puppet Master films, and I think what it was Full Moon Productions is like a low-budget company, and they ran out of ideas, so, you know, they took a break for a while, which they did. They actually did take a break. But, since we're talking about Full Moon, how about Killjoy?
I love the first one. You know, I kind of like movies that takes place in the hood. You know,
The first one was pretty interesting. I gotta give you credit there. Don't mind my backdrop here. It's Harley and Joker.
I love it. I actually love it.
I actually can do an impression of the Joker. Actually, several impressions.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Oh, well, when you talk about horror, it just makes the blood flow in my brain. No, I'm not gonna shoot myself, but I might. Don't tempt me. I'll do it.
That was great, man. That was great.
And then I can do... You see, they want to know how I got these scars. My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night, he goes off crazier than usual. See, Mommy grabs the knife. He doesn't like that. I always felt like if I were going to do a Joker film, I would want it, and I mean, I don't think it's been done, but I'd like to see a horrifying twist on Joker where he's this chaotic Joker. He's filled with madness, and he just goes on a rage. Like, I'd love to see a horror version of the Joker, like, blood and gore, like, take his crowbar and bash someone's brains in, which he technically did that with, Red Hood Robin. The not killing joke, Death in a Family Robin. Just the whole, him cutting his face off like this, you know, and just wearing it was freaky.
Yeah.
It was my first DC comic that I ever owned, and it was the Three Jokers arc, which was pretty twisted. And the whole time I read that comic, every chance I got at reading a line for the Joker, I would do my Joker voice reading that line. Oh, yeah. Says the failed comedian. I can also sort of do the black guy Joker, the one from the Batman. Ooh, try to do a Harley impression is, I won't say unbearable, but comical.
Yeah.
Now, my brother does his Freddy better than I, but this is my take. How's this for a wet dream? I feel I have a lot of shoes to fill between Robert Englund and my brother, but the whole reason I'm a Freddy fan is I live up to my brother's expectations. He says when I do my Freddy, it sounds more demonic-like, so I guess I sound more like demonic Freddy. Which, honestly, I really wish we got to see more of Demon Freddy.
Yeah.
I love that whole... I wish they used that more in the film. Like 3 seconds in the film and regular Freddy's back. I honestly think we needed more of demonic Freddy in our lives. Like that was totally the whole time you saw that Freddy. I think that version of him was the Dream Demon. The demons that took possession of him that said, "We can give you power." Yes, give me power. Give me all of it.
Alright, well, I'm gonna have to end the live stream for tonight because my battery is literally dying.
It was nice talking to you, and hopefully I can join again.
Yep, we should do it again sometime. I had fun doing this.
Always. I think I made official Michael Myers upset. Like, I told him, I said I was sorry.
The Freddy saying my name.
I think he wants me to say, I mean, I'd say it, but I don't know your actual name. But, take care and have a good night, and with that being said, it was nice talking.
Nice talking to you. There.